What's going on, healers? We are on the final master class of day 5 of the social media makeover. While you are jumping on, I am just going to make sure that this gets shared in all the places that it needs to be. And I want you to say hello in the comments. Tell me where you are coming in from. I'm in South Florida, if you did not know. If this is the first time you're ever seeing my faccia, which means face in Italian, drop new in the comment section wherever you're watching this from, if you're able to comment. So I can come over and say hello when this is over. Come and stalk your profile a little bit. Come and see what kind of business you got going on. I'm really excited, guys. This is going to be some fun. And some of you have seen this information before. Some of you were like, I haven't seen it and I need to see it all. So I'm really excited about that. Let me just tag everyone. We are live day 5 master class. Let's go. Okay. Okay. See guys, look, it doesn't matter. Let me just put this out there really quickly. It doesn't matter how many times you get a text, an email, a tag. It doesn't matter. Life happens. And so I know that I am not a bugaboo when I am reminding you to be where you should be. So we've got Sarasota, Florida. What's up? Susan's in New Jersey. We've got Angie from California, San Diego. I almost moved there and then I got pregnant and came home. We've got Texas in the house, Jacksonville, Florida. I hope you are not underwater like we are. It took me forever to get home last night. Hey, hey, we've got Australia. Good morning. Good morning. New Jersey, we've got Alabama, oh, Vegas, one of my favorite places on the planet. Just gonna keep it 100. We've got Hawaii. Oh, you've been sick. Where do I find the replays? I'm going to talk about the replays, Cynthia. I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to talk about them. Thank you for asking. For those of you that are wondering where the replays are, if you did not purchase the VIP recordings, then you don't have the replays, but you can still get them. We didn't change the price. It's $47. And we added a workbook. So if you go to the socialmakeover.com/VIP for life, you'll go, the zero will probably be timed out at 0. Just ignore that. You can go there for $47, grab day 1 day 1 through 5 replays, plus the workbook, plus you're going to get a social media audit. The workbook will be ready Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. We will email it out the second it's done. So if you're like, I wasn't able to watch day 1 through 5, or you're watching this and you're like, I need a social media makeover, like, how do I get that? You can get the 5-day challenge for $47 if you just go to that link right there, as I have hair coming out of me everywhere because my hair is like Hot Mess Express. Okay. I did not brush this for you guys, but I did stick it. Yes, I did stick it up like this. Yeah. Mom bun. Everybody drop mom bun. Mom bun, keep it at 100. We're going to talk about keeping it 100 tonight. Okay. We're going to talk about keeping it 100. And if you hear my schnoz, I'm a little bit stuffed up, but that's okay, right? We're just going to keep this rolling. I'm going to show up just as is because I want to show you guys that being authentic is okay. I know you see a lot of influencers. You've got the influencer houses, and here's my office. It's a hot mess. I like to keep this 100. Multiple 7 figures can look different for everybody, okay? You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have makeup on all the time. You don't. And I'm going to talk about all those things tonight. So take a deep breath with me, in and out. All those feelings of the only way I'm going to make money in my digital marketing, in my affiliate marketing, in my network marketing, selling courses, retreats, or whatever it is on social media or anywhere means I have to be perfectly polished. We're going to throw that out the door because I used to think the same thing and that is not true. Okay? Okay. You are enough. Okay. I'm going to start by saying you are enough. Now, I've got slides for you. We are going to get into the dirty details of all the things that you need to know that has helped me get to where I am. I don't flash, here's what I make, here's how you can do the same thing. There's a reason I don't do that. And that's because I had that done to me and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on programs and courses and things because I saw people flash their checks. And in my head, I had this expectation of I was going to make it right away. It wasn't marketed to me the right way. They had made that money, but they also didn't tell me what they did 7 years prior to get to where they were to make that kind of money off of a list, off of a social media following. And so I want you to know that I want to keep it authentic with you tonight in 100 and show you the journey and invite you to join me on my next journey and what I'm going to do with my brand and how I'm going to do that. And we'll be talking about Brand Me on Demand at the very end of this. Okay. So let me get my slide deck up because you know that I like to share my slides. Let's keep it 100. Okay. Yes. And present. Can you all see how pretty this is? This is pretty, right? Let me do this. Okay. Activating your authentic brand, how to make money faster as you. I want you to know that I never thought that I could just make money as me. I thought I had to be like every other influencer out there. And honestly, that terrified me. How many of you can agree like that would terrify you? Drop terrified in the comment section. Okay. It's scary to compare yourself to someone else. It's scary to think that you have to show up as somebody else or to pretend to be something that you're not, right? And I don't want you to feel that way. I want you to know that it's okay if you show up nervous, if you show up shaky, if you show up on your social media and you don't know if you're doing it right. It's okay if you break something, if you make a mistake, because being authentic is what is relatable. And I'm going to show you some statistics, some slides tonight, some facts that I need you to just wrap your head around so you understand that being authentic is that authenticity is the currency that people are looking for. Okay. So I'm excited to have you on. I want to know too, if you went through day 1 through 5, day 1, 2, 3, 4, which was your favorite? Here's day 5 right now. I know tonight's going to be your favorite, but anyway. All right. Let me get rid of my faccia, which means face in Italian, so you can screenshot any of the things that you need to screenshot tonight. Okay. I want you to know that it is okay for you to do that. Okay. All right. Can you guys still hear me? Drop yes. Sometimes it takes my audio away when I back out. Okay. Megan said day 3. Yeah. So I want to start off by saying this. I know what it's like, okay, to feel like you don't matter, to feel like you don't matter, that your message doesn't matter, that your life is too boring and no one cares, that you're not good enough. Nobody cares what you have to say. Is some of this hitting home for you? Someone's already done it. Someone can do it better than me. Somebody's already doing it better than me. I'm going to say some things tonight that are probably going to piss some people off. I'm going to say some things that are probably going to make you angry. I'm going to say some things that are going to give you aha moments. I'm going to say some things that are going to make you super excited. I want you to go ahead and drop in the comments. Marina is going to say some things. Thangs. THANGS. Drop thangs in the comments. Okay. I want to tell you a story. The very first time I hired my branding coach, this expert, I was told I was too much, that I needed to tone it down, that if I really wanted to build a successful brand and relate to more people, I needed to take it back, right? Like if I wanted more people to relate to me, I needed to tone it down because I was not relatable. I didn't have this perfectly polished story. And I remember thinking in my head, like, I don't want to be relatable to everyone. Like, I'm me, right? And so I had to figure out a way to take all of this and bottle it up, package it, and then sell it to people. And then I was like trying to sell it to everybody. And what I realized is that I am not for everybody. In fact, I have 10 to 15 people that tell me every day, you're not for me. Stop emailing me. Stop texting me. I can't believe you used that word. You make me cringe. Now it gets me excited when people unsubscribe and hit stop to my text marketing or unfollow me because it gets me closer to my people. that actually want to learn from me, that want to hear my story, that need to hear my story. I'm going to say that because it's important. You have a story. I don't care if you had no trauma in your life or a little bit of trauma in your life. There is a space for you in the online industry, in the online marketing world. Someone is going to think you're funny as shit. Someone is going to think your value matters. Somebody's going to share you. And some of you are jumping off right now because I just said a bad word. Don't worry, I won't drop an F bomb because you probably got your kids around listening in the background. But you know you say the F word in front of them, so stop lying to yourself if you are. But anyway, being authentic is so important. If you're not, you disconnect. You lose trust from people. When you try to be something that you're not, it becomes awkward. Would you agree? Drop awkward in comments, okay? So everything that I'm going to show you tonight, teach you tonight, if you didn't hear the bad word I said, you're in the right place, okay? Everything I'm going to teach you tonight, the one thing that I truly need you to remember is that you are worthy. You are. Your story matters because for someone like me who was a ghetto hood rat, that should have been a statistic, that shouldn't even be here, to turn into a multiple seven-figure earner is weird. But I stayed true to my authentic self. I grew as a human, but who I was as far as my personality, the way I dressed, the way I spoke a little bit, my mindset grew, but I stayed true to marketing to my certain person. Even when the people that I hired told me I was too much, I'm telling you, I paid people and they said to me, it's not going to work. You have to change this. You can't have these colors. It's too bright. It's not fun. People don't like this. People need you to be more polished. Listen, I'm the type of person, you tell me something's not going to work, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it times a million. And I'm going to show you tonight what I believe is the power of building an authentic brand that pays you money no matter what you sell, as long as you stay authentic. You are supposed to piss people off. It's okay if you're bougie. It's okay if you're extra. It's okay if you aren't extra. There are people that are not extra that want to hear from you. So stay true to you. Now, at the very end of this, I'm going to share the details on my first ever Brand Me on Demand program. It's a mastermind. I haven't even launched it yet. This is the first time I'm talking about it, besides those of you that heard about it in the social media challenge. You're going to be the first to get the information. I will give you the comparison of why working with me every week is better than selling someone else's digital products. I'm going to show you receipts of how I captured over 3,500 leads in 30 days and made over 1,000 sales with one simple funnel that was not a freebie. And in these 12 months inside of Brand Me on Demand, we are going to be speaking on Amazon affiliates, Etsy shops, how to run ads, blogging, podcasting, how to create faceless content, funnels that we will audit for you, sales funnels that we will help you build. So stay tuned because the beta only price that will be offered here tonight is not going to be offered anywhere else. So if at any time you're like, listen, I wanna shoot my shot, I wanna apply for this, I need all the things, I wanna be a part of this, I'm tired of selling other people's stuff, I want to sell my own, I want to have full control of the money I make, you can go to brandmeondemand.com and you will apply there. You have to book a call and you can apply through with Mel or Marissa is who you're booking with. So get ready to take notes because we're about to activate that authentic brand, okay? And make money faster. I want you to think, some of you are not convinced, and I want you to know that, listen, if you piss someone off, it's okay. Some of you are literally watching this and you've probably seen some of my marketing a million times and you've probably skipped over it. But something I said at some point on my social media hit you a certain way and made you come back. So I want you to know that even if you piss someone off, it's okay. They might come back 2 years later. And some of you are that example. And I want you to know that it's okay. They're going to come back and check you out. So let's not get attached to that. Let's not get attached to that. Okay. Some of you are like, oh my God, she's already a lot. I don't know if this is for me, but you're staying on because you know the value is good. So let's get into the goods. Okay. You can get booked out with people that actually want to work with you. Okay. So here's this cool stuff. And I got to start with statistics because I need you guys to wrap your head around this. Consumer trust is a must. Okay. There's a survey that found that 86% of consumers say authenticity is important when deciding what brands they like and support. It's even stronger among younger demographics, which we know this for sure, right? We know this. So let me just say what everybody else is thinking. When people find out the truth about brands, some celebrities, wink, wink, they immediately stop buying the things and paying attention because people can get canceled. And some of you are like, no, she did not just pull this up. If you have no idea what this is, it's totally fine. Okay. But here's the deal, we see in celebrities all the time that when their authentic selves come out in a different way, they get canceled. Here's an example of Diddy getting canceled. Okay. It's important that your true authentic self is from the beginning because you will get found out. People can smell BS a mile away. The truth is important. The truth is important. 70% of consumers feel more connected to brands with CEOs that are active on social media, highlighting the impact of personal branding by company leaders. I am a CEO, and so are you. You are a CEO of your desk, of your social media, of your list. That is important. I want you to drop right now in the comments, I am a CEO. It means that people want to know your story so they can feel connected to you. So, influence on purchasing decisions. That same report reveals that 90% of consumers noted that authenticity influences their decision on which brands they support. And so, I want you to think about that really quickly. What kind of brands do you support right now? Think about some of the brands. What influences you? I don't know about you, but when I see a commercial on TV with like a celebrity selling a perfume, that doesn't make me want to buy it unless I have an emotional connection. I need to not only smell the perfume, but I want to know that I know and trust to smell it on someone or hear about someone that I trust that's used it, and then I'll buy it. So think about that for a second because that's powerful. Think about the authenticity that's going to influence because that's what people are looking for. I like to use Selena Gomez as an example because I think that she is powerful, right? I think she's powerful in many ways. Okay. One, she talks about her mental health. And you guys know I am mental health forward. I am bipolar. For those of you that don't know me, I'll get to explain a little bit more about me and introduce myself a little bit more. But I was afraid to talk about my mental health problems from 2014 to 2018, especially when my brand began to grow and grow fast. I was afraid of what people were going to think about me and look at me like, oh my gosh, she's crazy. I would never want to work with her. And that was in my head. And I would tell myself that over and over. So to see young celebrities coming out and sharing that they support mental health and share their story around it is powerful. Okay? Powerful. And so when I look at Selena Gomez, her young fans' insecurities inspired her to create Rare Beauty, which is her brand, her makeup brand. And she used that as an inspiration to create a brand. Isn't that powerful? Drop powerful if you agree with me in the comments, okay? So now let's talk about engagement levels. Content from brands that is perceived as authentic generates up to 8 times more engagement than content from brands seen as inauthentic. Okay. Literally, if that's all you hear today, that's all you need to know. I'm going to show you some engagement that I recently got for being raw and real. Right here, this masterclass, I should tell you nothing else. All you need to know is to be yourself. Okay. Impact on millennials and Gen Z. A study indicates that millennials and Gen Z are more likely to trust and relate to companies whose CEOs and leadership use social media to define their brands authentically and transparently. What does that mean? It means they want to be connected to you. I love this story. I share this all the time. I used to follow the owner of Spanx, founder Sarah Blakely. I followed her. I actually never used Spanx before. And I started following her and I really didn't understand Spanx because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't get it. Like, why would I want to like suck everything in and not be able to breathe? But I remember how I was following her just because obviously she knows what she's doing. She's a billionaire. She created this company and I loved her business advice. And I saw her husband speak at one of Grant Cardone's events. But in her stories, what she did is she shared how she dropped her kids off at school and she literally had no shoes on. She looked like a hot mess express. And I remember literally watching that story right when I had got home from dropping my daughter off at school. And guess what? I didn't have any shoes on when I dropped her off. So that was the day I bought my very first pair of Spanx pants. What happened? An emotional connection was created with me and her. She was being super authentic. She makes bajillions of dollars. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. And as a CEO, she drops her kids off at school with no shoes on. Hello, she had me at hello. That's the kind of authenticity I'm talking about. If a billionaire can do it, why can't you? Right? Preference for realness over perfection. A survey by Social Media Today showed that 83% of consumers believe that brands should be constructing content that speaks to and motivates them to be their authentic selves. This is the big one. It motivates people to be their authentic selves. I want you to read that piece right there. I want you to think about what's motivating our teenagers with TikTok right now. Ugh, I'm gonna bring my face up for you guys real quick. Let me just say this. TikTok drives me nuts because it is literally, I have a teenager. And so every time we end up at the mall, we're in Sephora buying $5 bajillion worth of things because there's this new lip gloss or lip mask or body scrub or whatever. And at the end of the day, what is it, right? It's influencing our children. It's motivating them to be something, right? I want you to think about how can you motivate people that watch you to be their authentic selves and feel good about it. Because the TikTok world of all the beauty that's being portrayed to our teenagers, that I'm like, can't happen. No, like I don't want it. Okay, let me get back. Sorry. This was me just going on a tangent really quickly. Okay. By the way, I try to stay away from Target now because Target has Ulta inside of it. So now every time we go to Target, just becomes a hot mess express. You know what I mean? So here we go. This is another piece. Increasing skepticism among consumers. Research by Label Insight found that 94% of consumers are likely to be loyal to a brand that offers complete transparency, which is a crucial aspect of authenticity. Financial impact. Brands that are consistently authentic could reap the rewards of customer loyalty with statistics suggesting that fully engaged customers represent a 23% premium in terms of share of wallet, profitability, revenue, and relationship growth compared to the average consumer. Okay, what does that mean? It means that people want to spend money with people they know, like, and trust. Social media authenticity. A report by Hootsuite in 2023 highlighted that posts deemed authentic and transparent had significantly higher engagement rates. And 91% of followers unfollow brands on social media that post irritating, irrelevant, or unauthentic content. This is the big one right here. Here's what I want you to know. There are people trying to be fake influencers and just copy what everybody else is doing, and they're not sharing anything relevant. Sharing irrelevant stuff just because you want to act as someone else is not going to be attractive. It will repel people in so many ways and it will ruin your branding. You do not have to be perfect. How many of you have noticed, and I'm going to come bring my face back up here again. How many of you have noticed that on your newsfeed, ads have turned from flyers into reels? You're getting hit with reels that are ads of real people using the product, giving their actual results. Yes, I'm drinking Chick-fil-A. It's Friday. It's my cheat day, people. Okay. How many of you? Yeah. I want you to think about that for a second. Your news feed is turning into more authentic marketing for a reason. And there's some marketing that we're going to be going over in Brand Me on Demand that is polarizing marketing, but that you can turn into your niche and your brand. You can turn into work for your marketing just to get attention without being too polarizing. Okay. So we're going to go over that in brand me on demand as well. So let me keep going because we have a lot more to get through. Future trends by 2025. Okay. Authenticity and branding will move from being a market differentiator to a consumer expectation. Here's what I want you to know. I need you guys to stop with ChatGPT for a minute. If you don't know how to use ChatGPT the right way, you're going to sound like everybody else. And I don't want that for you. We will talk about how to use ChatGPT the right way with your content inside of Brand Me on Demand, okay? Highly competitive market. People, these brands that are just on autopilot are going to have a struggle surviving in this competitive market. And I don't want that to be you, okay? Here's the what that's a big warning. The brands that are running on autopilot, they think they're just going to be able to keep making money, but what they're realizing is the authenticity in their brand is completely gone. It's not going to work anymore. It's time for the intensity for you to shine through, okay? I purposely showed up tonight with no makeup, my hair not done, in my pajamas and sick. Why? Because 99% of the time, this is what I look like. This is how I market. This is how I make money. This is how I show up in my stories. And why? Because I'm a busy mom. And if my target is busy moms and I'm looking all duded up 24/7 for videos, hello, ain't nobody got time for that. But I did do that. In the beginning, I thought I had to be perfectly polished. And I intimidated moms who felt they couldn't do what I did. And so I need you to think of that lesson, that hard lesson that I learned, and don't make the same mistake. It's okay to show up real, raw, and relatable. It's the power of vulnerability. Okay. Take a screenshot of this. You definitely want to screenshot it. You're probably going to need to read over this a couple times. The solution that you're selling needs to address a problem that someone else just like you feels. If you are not talking about the problem, and I'm talking about your problem, we're talking about problems you've been through, and you're not talking about them because you're too embarrassed to be vulnerable online, you are missing the authenticity currency. You are just going to continue to post and pray as an inauthentic brand who just posts flyers. We had a meeting with our team last month, and I told them we do not flyer slap people. We do not just sell to sell. We made that a verb, by the way, flyer slap. We don't flyer slap our friends. And I want you to think of every single person that watches your social media, watches your stories, comments, likes, or just come across as your page, even if you don't know they're watching you. Think of them as a friend. Everyone that shows up and engages with your content, think of them as a friend. Every single person that comes across your social media, on your email list, your text list, anywhere that you see them, anywhere they see you, if you meet them in person, I want you to think of them as your friend. Would you literally take a flyer and slap them across the face if you were standing in front of them? No, right? Drop no. No or no. Of course not. Your job is to become a better storyteller. That's it. That's your only job. Some of you just need to get really good at telling stories. And I know that can be scary because you don't know what stories to tell. We are inside of Brand Me on Demand going to master your 3 stories that you're going to tell over and over and over again. But you've got to get uncomfortable and you got to get comfortable with being authentic as well. So let's go through some of this, okay? Let's talk about reels marketing and authenticity really quick, okay? So you guys hear the word niche all the time, and I know it freaking scares the crap out of you. I'm just going to really make it simple for you, and then I'm probably going to break it down a little bit more so you understand niche. So here's my stapler. I want you to pretend that the stapler is a magnet, okay? This magnet is the content you post. So this is your reel, right? The stapler is a reel. This is a reel you just posted, okay? You post it. And then you post it towards a specific problem that, let's just say, this busy mom is feeling. It's going to attract a busy mom. A busy mom is a niche. A niche is people who have a problem that can relate to what you're posting. So laugh, love, learn. We're going to go over that, so stay tuned. But that's all I want you to think about right now, okay? How do I make someone laugh, love, or learn? That's it. Or I like to say piss them off. I like to piss people off because it creates that emotional connection. Okay. So we want our reels to attract. That's what I want you to think. Your reel is a stapler. Think of it as a magnet. Okay. Then we want to have someone to engage. Why? When someone engages with you, it creates an emotional response to your content. So they share, they like, they comment, they save, right? And then you can chat with them because you've created that like, know, and trust factor in having a conversation with them. And now they're open to having a conversation with you. So you're not flyer slapping people. Now, maybe they liked something you posted, you commented on something, they raised their hand, they voted on a story, they're like, I'm your friend now that they've engaged with you. Your next job is to figure out how do you convert that hot lead and get them in onto your list and see if what you have to offer is something of a solution that they need. And how are you going to capture them? This is what we're going to create in real time inside of Brand Me on Demand. We'll talk more about that later. But how do you capture them, get them on a list, and then offer what you have? So here's what I want you. I'm bringing my face back up because I'm going to say this because I know not everybody's saying this, and I'm going to say it. Okay. You do not own social media. You own your list. If you do not start building your text and email list, tomorrow your whole social media can be taken away. Your TikTok could be taken away. Your Instagram can be taken away. Your Facebook can be taken away for no reason. No reason whatsoever. It has happened to me multiple times. I've been locked out of accounts. It's been taken away from me. And so what I want you to know is that I have complete control over every single algorithm, whether I have to start from scratch or not, because I have my list. And I know for some of you that's scary, but it is no longer a time where you should be marketing without building your list. I don't care if you're an affiliate marketer, network marketer, if you are just building an Etsy shop, selling shirts, Amazon influencer, or just an influencer on social media because you make funny things. I don't care. You need to have complete control over any algorithm by having a list. Okay? Okay. Just wanted to make sure I made that perfectly clear. Can you guys still hear me? Good. All right. Let's keep going. Now, how do you capture them? I already talked about that. We're going to talk about that in Brand Me on Demand. Let's talk about the engagement strategy. So I don't know if you've ever heard of my 333 method, but this is a way for you to take your current followers and drive them back to your profile by showing them love. This is a great way for you to also get them on your list. Okay. Gratitude DMs. This for me, I'll tell you right now, I thought it wasn't a big deal and I thought it was weird. I'm like, why am I going to thank people for no reason? you know? I started using this 2 years ago to random people. It literally has gotten me customers every single week. So please don't don't skip this gratitude piece. It really does work. And we'll talk more about that in Brand Me on Demand. Story quizzes, helping your audience start to get comfortable talking to you. Okay. This is important for engagement because you could do story quizzes and it helps your audience to not only get comfortable to like actually start clicking buttons to talk to you, because a lot of people, believe it or not, are afraid to just reply to your stories. But it's fun. You get to see like what do people know about you? What do they not know about you? And I usually like to ask questions that I can give them answers I know they don't know the answer to. You know, it starts conversations is what it does. And it gets people engaging with your authentic self. Okay. Like I said, in Brand Me on Demand, we're going to be doing this every single week so we can help you get to know your newest follower because your newest follower is your newest lead. Okay. This I never thought was a big deal either. Asking for advice. Why should you care about what they think? Because it's authentic. Some of you are like, I don't get it. If I were to ask you right now this question though, what stain remover, and I'm going to come back to the comments and look, what stain remover is the best one on the planet? I need to know right now, drop it in the comment section. What is the best stain remover on the planet? And I'm going to tell you why I need it. Okay. Literally, my husband was eating beets and he got some, let me bring you back up so you guys can see me. He got some beets that were stuck on his white shirt. And so I needed a stain remover. And so I literally went and I asked in my story, like, what is the best stain remover? Blah, 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 blah. And so some of you are dropping network marketing products, affiliate marketing products. Some of you are dropping Tide, Baby Drift, Clorox, Norwex. Some of you are like, oh my God, no, don't use Tide sticks. They'll kill you. Whatever. You've all got, right? You've all got OxyClean, whatever. You guys all have this advice for me. Okay. And I asked you for this advice, right? So I asked you for this advice. And so now you're willing to conversate with me. This is a great way for you to engage your people. This is a great way for you to get to know people. So, inside of Brand Me on Demand, every single week, we're going to help you create in real time stories to do exactly this. Okay, let's keep going. Here's a perfect example of authenticity. I'm going to say some things right now that are probably going to like some people are going to be like, no way, that's not true. And just hear me out a second, okay? I get reels like this all the time. And it's not because I'm an influencer. Let's be clear. How do I know this stuff works? I reach 99.9% of my non-followers with my reel, with one reel. I had 20,000 saves, 206,000 shares, 2,200 plus comments, 242,000 likes, 6.3 million views, and I gained 8,000 followers. Why? It's not just because it went viral. It's because I have been consistent building my brand since 2017 with my niche as my authentic self. And I've earned views like this. I've earned shares like this. I've earned saves like this. And you can earn saves like this, earn views like this, and earn shares and saves like this, just like I did. What's the secret? There is no freaking secret. Stop listening to all these gurus trying to tell you the secret to going viral. Because you know what my secret is? Freaking consistency. I did that shit and people said I couldn't do it. I proved them wrong. I did it anyway. I got better. I started testing and tweaking, became the best version of myself, not faking who I am. And I never gave up. I can't stand when people are like, this is how I went viral. I'm like, you have no idea how you went viral because you don't control the algorithm. I'm consistent. I earned this. And I can say that. And I want you to be able to say the same thing, whether it's one like or 242,000. You earned it. That is a person. I've been working my ass off since 2017, and you can do the same thing. So let's talk about you. You can build an authentic brand like I have that pays. You can. I promise you. And so we're going to talk about that niche or that target audience. For those of you that like, I don't want to figure it out myself, that's what Brand Me on Demand is for. We have a painful option where I brand you for you. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So for me, it's a busy online marketer, mompreneur, right? So most of you are like, okay, is it based on my product that I sell, the business that I have, the courses that I sell, my offer? I'm going to tell you that it's completely something different. What content should you post? If you're being brand forward, meaning you don't want to always lead with an offer or talk about what you're selling, but you want to connect and network and build an engaged list of prospects that you can sell anything to. So let's start with the brand. Everybody drop start in the comment section. Start in the comment section. There you go. I see y'all. Start. Here we go. All right, let's get on. If you're ready to start, here's what I want you to know. I'm already having fun, by the way. What are we like? 30 something minutes in, 40 minutes in. I'm having a blast. Are you guys having fun? I'm loving this. I could talk about this all day. What is your brand? Who are you? How do you attract the person that is just like you that wants to buy from you without posting how much money they make from digital marketing? Because here's my thoughts on it. Okay. I'm going to ruffle some feathers. The reason I don't post screenshots in my marketing of how much money I make is because I, for one, know that my brand is going to be a different grow than anyone else's. In fact, I've probably grown a little bit slower than a lot of these gurus out there because I don't do that. But what I have is a consistent buyer. And so what I want to share with you is like, I don't want you posting like everyone else on social media. I did a post like a couple of weeks ago, and I forgot to screenshot it, but I want to just share with you exactly what I said in this post before I go to the next slide because I think it's important. Okay. So, what I said was, I said, the reason I don't post a screenshot of my money that I make for my brand is because one, it's none of anyone's business. I'm Italian. Okay. And let me show my face here while I'm reading this to you guys. Okay. Here we go. I'm Italian, so it's no one's business. Number two, it's not my net income. That is their gross income they're showing. That is not your take home. Three, I'd rather not have people only want to work with me for the amount of money I make for what I've done. It might take someone else 10 to 15 years to get to where I'm at, depending on their work ethic and skill set. So instead of me telling you how much I've made, I'd rather just show you what I did and what I do and what I didn't do. And this is where I would plug Brand Me on Demand. And depending on how hard you work, how much time you put in, and what you can get out of it, I'll show you every week together inside of Brand Me on Demand, my brand new Do It With Me mastermind. And that's how I promoted this workshop as well. I probably could have got 40, 50, 60,000 people by posting screenshots. And I'm going to show you guys a screenshot to give you some receipts at the end of this of how much money I've made with the strategies I've used. But I don't lead with that. I don't lead with that. And I don't want you to think that's the way you have to lead either. Okay. Because I never led that way and I don't want you to either. All right, let's keep going. Okay. How much money I make is nobody's business. You need to think about, let me take you to church real quick. How much money I've made, I don't want you ever thinking that's how you're going to make a difference in someone's life. Your brand is going to matter more by the amount of money you make that helps other people. Your success is not about the money you make. The success is how do you feel about the money you make and how do you feel about the people that you move mountains with while you make that money. That's what the world is craving. I'm more excited about who's in my bubble. Who are the people that are in my bubble? Who can I take care of? Who can I help that wants to buy from me so they have people that buy from them that make an impact? These are the questions that everybody wants to know the answers to. And it's really simple. Stop posting like everyone else. Literally. Literally. The next slide's going to make some of you mad. And I just want you to know, I want you to know the world is craving real connections. Real connection. So don't be afraid to show your face on social media and let your authenticity be the bridge that brings people together. Now, I don't know who this is. I cut off whoever their face is. I just saw in a reel and I screenshotted it really quick. I tried to cut it all off, but these kind of posts are getting you a very small percentage of people that are so desperate to make money and they don't realize the work that goes behind building an authentic brand. And posts like these are driving me crazy. Not to say like I think that they're like all these people should stop it right now. Because I mean, this is what they want to do. That's totally fine. I get it. Like people are in a place where they need to make money. But what I'm telling you is this is not the way to build a long-term brand. Because this is going to set false expectations for the people that are following you. One, the IRS is going to love that post. So just give 30% of that to the IRS. FYI, now that you've stated that, you better show some receipts of what you've spent to make that because this is gross. That is not net income. This gives false hope, false expectations. It's basically saying that in 30 days, I made this much money and you can too. And that's bullshit because you don't know if somebody else has your network. So I'm just trying to help everyone understand you can build and make this kind of money without telling people you're making this kind of money and setting the false expectations because your skill set might be different than someone else's. And so we're going to set the right expectations for your brand inside of Brand Me on Demand. Okay. Here's some real numbers for you guys. Okay. Real numbers. You ready? Okay. In 2012, it took me 2 years to build a network to get into profit. So in 2014, I finally got into some kind of profit, nothing big. In 2015, I started to make six figures. And then 2018, my digital marketing business went from 100K a year to 250,000 a year. And then in 2018, I was pregnant with Madeline and I hit my first $500,000 a year in my digital marketing business. Then in 2020, we hit our first seven figures. 2021, we went on to 3 million plus. Okay. Truth bombs here. It took me time, investment, and coaches. Being myself, real, raw, and relatable. You can go back and you can watch a webinar that I did back in 2018, and you'll see that my numbers are exactly what I say they are right here. And you can only find those numbers on webinars or master classes like this because I don't lead with that type of marketing. And you are unique and you can stand out. And I know you're thinking you have nothing to offer. But like I said, the world is craving real connections. So don't be afraid to show your face on social media and let your authenticity be the bridge that brings people together. The goal is to stand out, sound different, and be different. You are unique. I know it. I can tell when I'm on a one-on-one Zoom with one of my clients that like we will be doing inside of Brand Me on Demand. And when I'm branding somebody from scratch for the first time, after 10 minutes of talking to them, I know what their special gift is and what the gift is that the world needs and how they can monetize from it. Literally that quickly, I've branded over thousands of entrepreneurs, online entrepreneurs just like you, who thought they had nothing to bring, nothing to offer, had no experience, weren't experts. And in fact, over 100 plus of them are making 5-figure months in their brands right now, some even 6-figure months. And I'm telling you, give me 5 to 10 minutes, I can see that gift in you. Sometimes you just can't see it. You can see it in other people, but can't see it in yourself. And so I want you to think when it comes to your brand, how can you help people laugh, love, and learn? Or my favorite, how can I piss somebody off today? How many of you sent a meme to somebody today? Say me. Or maybe you saw a meme and you tagged a friend on it. Uh-huh. Okay. Look, that's a great way to make somebody laugh. My mother, she understands the assignment. She puts memes, TikTok memes, chat memes all the time in family chats. Okay. My mom gets it. You send memes, I send memes, I tag on memes, you tag on memes. That's how we talk. We talk in emojis, acronyms, we talk in memes. So are you putting your memes in your stories? Are you using that to help people laugh? If you get nothing else from this, I hope you start using memes in your marketing. Think about that for a second. That's a great way to engage them. So I want you to remember every time you make a post, every time you share a story, you're vulnerable. You can help somebody create a small win. Your content is shareable and it creates an emotional response. You've got to be vulnerable. Now, here's the next step. When you're vulnerable and you create a small win for somebody, a laugh is a win, emotional reaction is a win if your content is shareable. That's a big piece of growing your brand because you are your brand. Your story, the way you make people laugh, what makes you laugh is a part of your branding and a part of who you are. It doesn't have to be much crazier than that. Can you make people laugh and love? Can you help people learn? What is your niche and what can you offer? If you're not selling any products of your own yet, you should be because your experience you can monetize on by making an impact at the same time. You're like, I know, but I'm selling weight loss. I'm selling weight loss, or I'm an affiliate. I'm in network marketing. I'm selling somebody else's products or digital products. Like, what do I do? I'm a mompreneur. I was that girl. I was that girl that ran around with the shaker bottle selling someone else's stuff. And people ignored me and ran from me because they knew I was just trying to make a buck. Anywhere I went, it didn't matter where I went. It was a meeting to me. Like it was a family event, I was selling somebody something. If I was a family get together, selling something. If we went out, it doesn't matter if we were in a club, I was yelling in someone's ear about the magic shake that was going to help them lose weight. Whenever I went to my mother-in-law's house, they literally would roll their eyes because I was always looking for someone to sell to instead of someone to serve to. I was always talking about the product and people ran from me. They ignored me. They rolled their eyes. They're like, oh, not her again. Because I was always talking at those people, not with them. I've been there. I've done that. And I want you to know that you can shift that now. The fastest way to talk to people is to solve their problems, make them laugh, love, learn, educate, and give them wins. Stop flyering their face because that's what I was doing. I was flyering their face. And I wasn't even speaking to my audience. I was trying to talk to everyone. Your super fans are not everyone. Okay? The ones of you that are watching this right now, The ones that are watching this right now, you are my super fans. Somehow you came across something somewhere, somehow, and you're like, I love her stuff. I want to watch this. But not everybody's my super fan. It's okay. You want to repel people. And here's the biggest piece, if you're speaking to one person, that's more powerful than speaking to everybody. So right now, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you because you joined this master class because you're struggling with being authentic. You think there's something wrong with you, that social media branding's just not working for you. Or this might not even be meant for you, this online business stuff. And you think at one point you're like, if this doesn't work, I'm going to quit. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to all of you. I'm talking to you, the one that's struggling, that one person that feels like authentic branding isn't for you. If I can't talk to you, how can I impact thousands? So you need to speak to your friend, speak to that one person. You only have to be one day ahead of someone else in order to build a super fan brand, in order to influence someone else. You don't have to be an expert. Funny story. I was hacked. I don't know. I was hacked actually twice, more recently, which was super annoying. Okay. But let me bring my face up when I talk about this story because I think it's important you see how mortified I was during this. But I built this brand, Moms and Heals, right? Moms and Heals, hashtag we're healers, we elevate our mind, body, and money and our posture. And we build this online brand so we can go from the cubicle to the throne, right? Boom. I spent 7 years building this amazing brand, and my website last year was hacked by a porn site. I was mortified. Anybody that got an email from me, they clicked on one of my links, it took them to a porn site. Like I was hacked. And I literally was like crying for 48 hours. I was like, what do I do? This is ridiculous. Like 7 years. Okay. I had to start over from scratch all over. Okay. And I had to rebuild my network. I had to rebuild that trust with my network because a lot of my network was like, what the hell happened? Why'd you get hacked? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why I got hacked. I did everything I was supposed to. Hackers are hackers. It is what it is, right? But here's the powerful piece that I want you to know is that I was authentic with my list, with my people of what happened. I told them like the story of what happened, and I invited them to my new website and told them block the other one because I had no control over what happened. But I was only able to do that because I had a list and a text list and an email list. So I controlled where my traffic went when I got hacked. This is important. So when you're selling other people's stuff, it's fine if you're going to be an affiliate or do network marketing or sell other people's courses, but you need to own your list because you need control if something gets hacked, right? Yes. Anyway, let me keep going. Here we go. To influence one person a day, you can become an enlightened millionaire. I am reading this incredible book that I'm going to share more about inside of Brand Me on Demand about being an enlightened millionaire. It's powerful. And that's how I built my brand. Okay. And that's exactly what we're going to teach inside of Brand Me on Demand. I was able to bounce back because I was authentic and had a list that I built that I was always authentic to. So people trusted me. And that is important. Okay. So let's define your super fan. We're going to meet my Betty right now. Okay. Meet my Betty. Okay. I say that I went from drinking out of a vodka bottle to popping formula in bottles. I'm pregnant in this picture of me on stage, but I didn't hide this part of me. A lot of people hide who they used to be, afraid that because we're in this online world that we're supposed to be perfectly polished. I will tell you right now that I will never be perfectly polished, and I don't want you to be perfectly polished. Don't be afraid to share the vulnerable stuff. This picture had popped up on my memories, and I cringed, and I say, you know what? I'm going to share it. If it made me cringe, it's going to make someone else cringe. It's going to give them an emotional response. That's what we want. So let's look at your Betty. Your Betty, your super fan, okay? What does your Betty think and dream about? What does she do for a living? What is she negative about in her life right now? I want you to think about those things. Go ahead and screenshot this because we're going to move through this fast. And then I want you to get really, really specific. I want you to think about the problems around their family, finances, future, health, confidence, business, their health, their gut health, whatever. I want you to get specific here. And I'm going to share something super specific with you. And I swear to God, if you go to ChatGPT, I'm going to kick your butt. If I find out you went to ChatGPT to do this, I'm going to kick your butt because you're going to go talking about being irrelevant. That is not the answer. Okay. So, family, when I think about the person that I would influence, I'm thinking about something that I struggled with yesterday. And I was exhausted when I got home from traveling. You can hear what I sound like. And I would have rather been sitting by the pool, drinking a mocktail, letting the vitamin D make me feel better, getting fanned by the pool, having peace, than coming home to my children who need something from me. I know, mom, some of you are like, you were around, you weren't home, and then you come home and you need to be with your kids. Here's the deal, okay? That was something I struggled with yesterday. And I might talk about that today. And that is okay. Okay? So chart it out. Your family, your health, your confidence, your finances. What are those three problems? Chart it out. It's important that you know. Betty is a mom. She's stuck in a cubicle. She's missing things in her kid's life, but then she's exhausted and she's tired and she's postpartum and blah, blah, blah. Like, what are those problems? Write them down. She feels trapped. And then you can have like a little short story that you put with it. Put with it. Betty's a mom. She's exhausted, chained to a cubicle. She feels trapped and depressed, right? I want you to write out a little short story. Then I want you to think of some other things. What is Betty Googling? What is she Googling? How can I be a better mom with anxiety? You think this is something that Betty would Google? I mean, she was just thinking about not being with her kids, being fanned by the pool. Well, I mean, yeah, she's probably going to come and Google that. And then this is what Google does. It tells you what else somebody is Googling if they Google that. Isn't that powerful? So then it's like, how can I be a good mom when I have anxiety? Can anxiety affect parenting? What kind of parenting causes anxiety? What age is the anxiety the worst? What about racing thoughts? How many racing thoughts I'm having? How can I slow down my racing thoughts? It makes sense, right? Now you want to do this, right? You want to go and you want to Google? Yeah. Now you have to solve the problems with your content. Anybody have an aha moment of what I just said? Drop aha in the comments if you're like, oh my goodness, this is making some sense. I need to share this with all my friends. You start tagging your people and start sharing this with them. You're like, everybody needs to know this. You don't have to be an influencer. Yes, boo. Solve the problem with your content. People will share it. They will find it valuable. And if you're being your authentic self, it's going to attract the humans that feel this way now. So whether you're selling weight loss, makeup, coaching, digital marketing, it doesn't matter. If you're speaking to Betty every single time, you are going to authentically connect to them. You will build people that want to buy from you because they believe in you. You're not going to sell to just the 3 to 5% of people because of, hi, I made money, you can make money too. And some people are going to envision themselves as a part of your brand. So people will buy into you. You're attracting a new Betty every day. Betty has to envision herself in what you say, what you teach, and what you share. She needs to see your content and be like, that's exactly me. That's legit me. Those are me too moments. And you create super fans that way through your content. Okay. So here you go. Okay. You get a super fan, they engage, that creates opportunity for you to build a deeper connection with them with your content. If they engage with that content, it creates conversation, me too moments, boom, you have a super fan. Now you need to convert that super fan. Now you need to convert that super fan. But in order to build a consistent sales process, you've got to be consistent with it and know when to scale it. And a lot of you don't have a sales process. You don't have a sales process. You're attracting all these people, getting engagement, maybe, all these things, but you are not capturing with a sales process. And it's driving me bonkers because you're leaving so much money on the table. Okay? You have to test it, tweak it. There is no magic solution. You are that solution. Listen, there is no There is no one video that made somebody $5 million. I know you see those ads. Okay. There is no magic solution because you are the magic with consistency. Now, I know some of you are like, well, what do I post? What do I do? How do I say? That's why we created Brand Me on Demand. Okay. It took me 5 years to figure out everything I'm going to be teaching inside of the 12-month Brand Me on Demand. This is the part where if you're not interested in investing in you, you can jump off. Hopefully, you got some value from something that I said. Hopefully, you learned something when day 1 through 5 or watching this master class. And hopefully you got some value. This is the point where I'm going to start inviting you to come and be a part of what I've created since 2014 in a multiple seven-figure brand and bring it straight to you in the next 12 months because your brand is important. Here's some cool things to know. I've been featured in Success, Yahoo News, blah, 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 all these cool things because I know what I'm doing and I know what works and what doesn't work, okay? And here's the bottom line. You don't need an expensive website to build a six-figure brand online because I didn't have one. In fact, mine got hacked by a porn site, okay? Do you want to sell your product or services online to complete strangers and create another stream of income? If you said yes, then keep listening. If you want to find clients that want to hire you and buy your services or products, generate leads daily from complete strangers with clear brand messaging and create a sales process that converts without the techie confusion, all the crazy expenses, you're in the right place. Maybe you're right there and you want to launch a coaching business or you want to sell something that's on automation, but you don't want to coach. You want to sell a course of your own, or you want to push other people's courses, but you want to create your own list. That's what we're going to talk about inside of Brand Me on Demand. Okay. And here's the truth. You only need to be one day ahead of someone for them to learn from you, buy from you, and have influence over. That's it. Okay. So let's be honest. You don't have time right now to go through 40 plus hours of 12 different programs to create a brand and a business that you love. It took me 5 years to nail this thing down. And I'm going to teach it to you in 12 months. This is going to help you get new customers and clients with whatever you're selling. Every second you question whether you have something to offer as a mentor or coach in your industry is another client that could have been impacted by you, but instead chose someone else because they had the posture, the presence, and the plan to get started. I want you to screenshot this and read this every single damn day because I mean it. I mean it. Okay? Brand Me on Demand. No one's heard about this yet. You're the first to hear about it. This is the first time ever talking about it. First time I'm doing slides on it. In fact, the slides that I'm about to show you, like I quickly put them together on the back end, okay? So if you're looking for the hand holding to do it with you, you would like to have me, and there's going to be 7 or 8 Brand Me on Demand coaches to help you every single week write your social media posts that stand out, create story sequences for Instagram, Facebook stories that engages, converts to sales, help you prospect, help you get people in your freebie, help people in your funnel, and creating the money mindset daily to win. Brand Me on Demand is for you. We're going to have real-time coaching. We're going to have real-time audits to work on your funnels, ads, copy, emails, posts in real time that we're going to create together. I show up every single week on sales, social media, funnel, ad, blog, email, text marketing strategies so you can sell anything to anyone at any time with your own list. We do complete social media audits to help you hone and explode your social media growth and monetization. Done for you social media branding kit for those of you that do the paid in full option with your logo, branding, color palette. Done for you templates. We're even going to create your freebie for you for those of you that get the bonus. Then we'll have a VIP Facebook group that's brand new where you can ask unlimited questions, and we're going to do role play opportunities every month to help you close more people over the phone. 81% of online marketers fail because they don't have guidance. According to Forbes, coaching is estimated to be a $2 billion global industry that is rapidly growing. I mean, hello. In fact, here's like the tip of the iceberg of what you're going to get. How to launch a coaching business or a profitable brand on social media, step-by-step process, how I created six-figure incomes for a lot of my clients, You're not going to need to Google the how to's and skip past all the mistakes and obstacles I made that stopped me from creating a profitable coaching business. And you know exactly what to sell and how to sell it online. You'll have a ton more money in your pocket too, because I'm going to help you save thousands on courses with this membership community and access to the vault of all the trainings. When you launch your coaching business, think about how good it will feel to know you have another stream of income to pay down debt or buy those sexy heels you've always wanted. Wink, wink. And if you're not launching a coaching business, it doesn't matter. You can launch experience and you can monetize off of it. Your personal brand. You can sell whatever you want, and we're going to teach you that inside of Brand Me on Demand. When you launch it yourself with our process, think about what you could do with an extra couple thousand a month. Okay. You don't need to do this alone. I know there are hundreds of courses out there, and most of the time you're trying to get through them as fast as you can so you can have that final breakthrough that you've been waiting for. But let me tell you, there's not going to be that one course that's going to get you to exactly where you need to be. We just said that it's the accountability piece that's missing. You're learning so many different strategies and you're being pulled in so many directions that what is working right now is not what people are teaching, unfortunately, because those courses are behind. This is in real time what we're doing inside of Brand Me on Demand, inside of the membership community. So, who is this for? Marketers in any industry that want to learn how to create content on social media that generates sales instantly and consistently. Bloggers who want to get my done for you profit content calendar that maps out exactly what your social media posting strategy should be to attract quality Me Too leads that will buy from you. We're also adding in podcasting and teaching you how to do a podcast from the blogs and from your YouTube videos. We have amazing virtual assistants that can do a lot of that work for you that you can hire our virtual assistants that do everything for us. Online business coach who wants literally the step-by-step hand-holding of how I built a multiple seven-figure brand, how I'm pivoting this year. The busy mompreneur who wants to learn how to slay stories to make more sales in just 15 minutes a day. For any online influencer who wants to learn the TikTok stuff that's working. Any marketer that wants to lead with their brand on social media and take action. If you are a marketer ready to attract your dream customer client and wake up to DMs with people who want to talk to you and work with you, this is for you. Now, I'm going to say something right now that's probably going to be like, oh, snap to some of you. And I said it. Why choose us over selling master resale rights programs? And I'm saying this from a place of love because there's nothing wrong with this program. But this is what I think. MRR or any type of resale, you are not building your list, you're building their list. It relies on selling and reselling oversaturated content. Our program and membership empowers you to create something that is uniquely yours from your unique experience. You can stand out with original content that reflects your brand and your voice, attracting customers who buy into your vision, not just your products. Which means you can then sell that super fan whatever you want at any time. And so it helps you inside of here create expert status in no time. You don't need to be decades ahead in your field. If you're day one ahead, you're an expert to someone who needs your guidance. We'll show you how to harness your unique knowledge and experience to make an impact and income. We're going to help you get clarity and simplicity, proven strategies to help make this process simpler for you. And look, I know some of you are like, I don't know, I don't want to do this coaching thing. It's okay. You won't have to. There's other things that we're going to do to build your personal brand. But look at the numbers. Let's see. What is this? By 2022, it was estimated to be 1.38 billion. From 2023 to 2030, 4.85% increase. Massive. Okay. Here's some other things that you're going to get. We already went over this. We went over that. So this is my favorite part. I'm going to bring my face up really quick for this. Okay. That was really close. I love sharing things that work for me in real time. And one of the strategies that you might have seen, maybe this is how you got on this webinar, was from my dollar funnel strategy. How many of you have seen my dollar reels offer? Say me in the comments. Me. Yes. Okay. I see some of you over on YouTube. Some of you are over on Facebook. Some of you are on inside the group. I see you. Yes. Okay. Maybe that's how you got to know me. What is this? This strategy right here, let me bring it up a little bit bigger, brought me in 3,500 leads in 35 days. in 30 days, excuse me. 3,567 leads in 30 days. Almost 13%, 843 gave me $1. Now, I ran ads to a cold audience for this, and it had a 54% opt-in rate and 13% selling rate to a cold audience, which means, here's what I want you to understand. If it's to a cold audience, that means I did not send an email out to my list that I already have to get these results. So I can show you what I did to this cold audience, and this is what I'm going to be going through step by step inside of Brand Me On Demand. Okay, this right here. Now I'm going to show you my ad numbers. I show receipts. So this will show you in the 30 days that there was 4,500 plus another 1,000 just here. I have another funnelish for PayPal. So this is just for one place, but I wanted to show you like these are real numbers. Oh my goodness. Sorry for the boogers, keeping it 100, right? So now you're thinking, what's the investment? What's the investment? Well, let me share with you what I've invested. Since 2018 to 2020, I've invested over $375,000 in courses, mastermind, and mentors. In 2021 to 2022, here's a real stripe because people are showing you their stripes. Here's mine. Okay. Here's my net volume, not my gross. This is my net volume from 2021 to 2022 from digital marketing. And here's my spend per customer. Let me explain why this is powerful. Because most people are showing you their gross. They're not showing you their net. They're not showing you how much they made. They're showing you their gross. And I want to show you that you can collect leads and still make a stupid amount of money by doing it yourself, by doing the work and setting it up and collecting your own lead list. And that's what I want to teach you inside of Brand Me On Demand. So ask yourself, how much is an empire worth to you? And how much value is your future worth? And then I want you to ask yourself, for those of you that went to college, how much did you invest in college? And how long did it take you to pay that back? I was going to say that out loud because if you go back to my numbers, it's like college. How much I invested, a lot more than college, but how much I got back, a lot more than college. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with college. Let me keep that 100. But I want you to ask yourself that question because we are programmed to think that investing into something like college is the only thing that makes sense. Investing in yourself is more powerful than investing in a college. You know what I mean? So this is the main problem you have right now. You don't value your future. You haven't created a vision of the future. You don't believe you are worth it. So you're going to keep trying to justify the investment that I'm going to show you instead of confidently knowing that you're worth it and deserve it and jumping all in like successful people do. So let me help you. Here's some of the crap you're spending money on right now that is not giving you anything back. I actually just bought these books. I'll share this. I'll write an email about the books that I just bought for Madeline, my 5-year-old, because I was like, you know what? I want my 5-year-old to start understanding inflation now. I want her to start understanding money now. I want her to start understanding the value of money now. I didn't do this with my 14-year-old. And so I'm going to make my 14-year-old actually sit and read these books with us. She's not going to want to, but I'm going to force her to. But the reason I'm doing this is because I wasn't taught the value of money, the value of a dollar. And I wasn't taught about investing versus spending. And so that's what this slide is this is an example of what you're spending on unnecessary things. Okay? If you can't picture what these are, let me help you. We've got HelloFresh, we've got Stitch Fix, Instacart, Rebag, The Real. We've got Hulu, HBO, we've got Netflix, we've got Prime Video, YouTube, Starbucks, Rent the Runway, Grubhub, DoorDash, Dunkin'. It's real. The stuff that we will do to literally make something faster to get to our house for food so we don't have to get up, we've become lazy. And so when we think about something of doing work by investing into ourselves, we stop. Successful people don't think that way. I need you to choose to think differently than what you were taught because you deserve it. There is such thing as bad debt and good debt. Bad debt means you're spending something that becomes a liability, something that costs you money and doesn't give you anything in return. An investment is good debt, something that will help you create a skill set that creates you money over and over and over again from that one investment that you made. And I am telling you that Brand Me on Demand and me, that I am an investment. With the paid in full option, I brand you from scratch. Brand you from scratch. You get a one-on-one Zoom with me, and I've done thousands of them. And I've helped people create a brand when they thought they had nothing to offer. Here's an example. The queen worked her magic, and I figured out in 40 minutes what she figured out in 40 minutes, what literally has been taking me years to figure out. I show the driven woman how to become aware of her perfectionist behavior so that she can set attainable goals for her mental and physical health. I've created thousands of these mission statements. I've created thousands of content strategies that mapped out for them so they know exactly what to post, when to post it, what kind of memes. We do a whole breakdown specifically for you. We social media audit. If you do the pay in full option, I write it for you. I do your social media bios for you. And here's what else you get with the pay in full option of Brand Me on Demand. We're doing some bonuses. The first 10 that pay in full, we're going to create your freebie, design it for you. We're going to I'm going to lay out your dollar funnel idea from start to finish. I'm going to help you with your social media ad, write it. You're going to get your Facebook and Instagram bio done for you. And we're going to give you 5 done for you lifestyle templates along with a complete social media branding kit, logo, color palette, templates. So comment apply, then go to brandmeondemand.com so you can get to be one of the first 10 for the pay in full options. I'm going to go over the pay in full option in a minute. Okay. For those of you that are like, I know my brand, I have my mission statement, I don't need any of that. I just want to be a part of the membership community. Usually the down payment is $19.97, but because you were invited to this master class, you have the next 72 hours to put $9.97 down, and it's $333 a month after that. Okay. What happens after 72 hours? It goes back up to $19.97 and $547 a month. This is not the paid in full option. This is for those of you that don't need a mission statement, that do not need a branding palette, that are just like, I need you every week, Marina. I want you to help me create that funnel. I need you to help me with my copy. I need you to help me with my content strategy. I need you and your team 2 hours a day inside of our group coaching to be able to help me. That's what this option is for. Okay. In the next 72 hours, go to brandmeondemand.com. You have to apply. You have to apply. We're not just letting anybody join this. Okay. When you pay in full, you get all of these options that I just said. The future price is $7,997 for 12 months. But because you were invited to this master class, for the next 72 hours, it's $6,500 and those bonuses expire. So if you're like, I want to get one of those spots, I need to do it now. You need to go to brandmeondemand.com and you need to schedule your call or reach out to Marissa or Melinda if you've already been speaking to them and say, hey, how do I get in on this? Okay. This is really, really important because you have 72 hours. If you're like, hey, Marina, I need to chat with you. Like, I really, really need to chat with you. Oh, what's up, Megan? Megan said apply. I love it. If you're like, hey, I need to chat with you, Marissa and Mel can put you in a chat with me and I can jump on the phone with you as well to see if this is a fit for you. So I hope you guys got some value from this. I hope you understand that building an authentic brand is extremely important. Building an authentic brand is extremely important. But what's even more important is building your own list, your text marketing list, your email list, because that is what has saved me over these last 7 years when I've gotten hacked, when my Facebook got deleted, when my ad account got shut down, when funnels stopped working. It didn't matter. I had my list in people that trusted me, that got to know me, that learned all the things about me. And you can do the same thing because believe me, I thought I had nothing to give. I thought I had nothing to give. And I actually did. And so here's where you go Apply for Brand Me on Demand. Bonuses expire in 72 hours. Brandmeondemand.com. You will speak with my two right hands, Melinda and Marissa, hashtag work wifeys. And they will get you applied and get you in a message with me for any questions that you have. Guys, I had fun tonight. Thanks for dealing with my sickness and my sick voice. The replay of this will be available for 72 hours as well. We will get this out to all of you. Thank you so much for being a part of the social media makeover. If you're like, I need the social media makeover, I wasn't able to do the whole thing, you can actually go buy day 1 through 5 for $47, thesocialmakeover.com/VIP for life. Love you guys. I hope you had a blast. I had so much fun. Mwah. I'll see you guys. Bye.